fact that it's played in Ireland. Nebraska will have the home field advantage, even though they're supposed to be the road team, just by the sheer numbers of Nebraska fans going over there. Nebraska fans will um, influence and get other people in Ireland or whoever's attending the game. They'll be all of a sudden be Husker fans because that's all you're going to see in Dublin. But it's just going to be odd because it's not going to be like the stadium that they're used to playing in. And it's not your typical road game. I think both teams are on the road, just who handles it. I guess you can look at it kind of like a bowl game, and you heard Scott say it's a business trip. So the ability to go over there, enjoy the first maybe day or so, and then really focus in and lock in on what you need to do, and don't forget all the hard work and ideally the good habits that you've been trying to ingrain or have ingrained since early in the off season. And you want to be able to take that. You want to be a team that's portable, like you can play anywhere. We talked about Ohio State yesterday. They can play anywhere against anybody. So can Alabama. All the good teams can. And yeah, you want to have your identity and your style, but you want to make sure your style is portable and adaptable. So if it's a little rainy out there, then you got to adjust maybe your pass routes or your passing play calls. Ideally, I'd like to see, the offense and defensive line, and in particular, the offensive line, get off to a good start. Get some good running plays, get them some confidence. Just say, this is okay. What we've been doing and what we've been taught and the new stuff is working. And because Northwestern is going to be ready to play, I think Whipple was right. You can lose games more than win them in week 0, but those are generally the hardest ones to get ready for, especially. Nebraska definitely has a better roster than Northwestern, but they're two teams just in the same area. Both, I think, were 3-9. Both need to, get off to a good start. And Northwestern has a recent history of doing well against Nebraska. So something in there that they feel confident they can pull out games. So they have all offseason to game plan, have potential adjustments, have 2 or 3 maybe extra trick plays or situational plays for you based on the shellacking that they took last year, and maybe doing some, trying to scout on, Coach Whipple and his offensive scheme from his years at Pittsburgh. And so that's why it's an extremely hard game because they have whole offseason, to get ready for you. And with also the extra motivation of embarrassment, both on the scoreboard, and I think that was a game where Nebraska kind of displayed a little bit of which is refreshing, a little bit of a bully mentality from a physicality standpoint. You saw some guys finishing blocks, which you usually see, like obviously when you're winning, everybody's wanting to go the extra mile. So I look for Northwestern to try to shorten that game, and then it's all going to, the outcome is going to depend on how Nebraska reacts to it, because you're going to go right back to kind of like Illinois last year, tight game. Can we just hold water until they break, or are we just going to break? So it's interesting to see how the approach is going to be and how it all plays out here in a little bit over a week.
Do you think that and you mentioned it, maybe if you get that win, if you fight through your usual demons, is that fear gone? Because that was kind of like last year, especially in the Iowa game. The sideline reporter said it. Scott Frost said it himself after the game when that punt got blocked. Nebraska was still up, but it was just the sideline was deflated, and it was just a here we go again type of mentality. Is that leaving the locker room until you get a win?
Yeah,
all the change?
Yeah, but I mean, I think one of the things is like, I can't really comment on how they go about practice, but you can practice those situations. So you're not caught by shock. Now granted, are you going to ever be able to replicate getting a punt block and a scoop and score in front of 90,000 people in a game that you essentially have been dominating for like 3 quarters, and it's how you start the 4th quarter, and then there's only 8 seconds off, and you got a long way to play against a team that's got they got the momentum. No, you can't replicate that, but you should be able to do situational football, sudden change to where you can, hey, look, we're on it. Let's play steady. Let's execute our defense. If they make a great play, then so be it. They earned it. And I think one of the things that's unique about sports, and I saw this with Tyson Fury, he was talking about his first fight against Wilder, and he got clocked, and he was out. And Wilder was talking, he thought he was out. Everybody, his corner thought he was out. They were like, is he, they said his dad or his brother, whoever's like his assistant trainer, was talking about the possibility of him being in the ambulance and going, because he looked like he was just fully asleep, right? Well, then obviously he got up and finished the fight and kind of resurrected not only himself in that fight, but I think really gained a mental advantage over Wilder in the 2 and 3, and then obviously he was very dominant in the second fight. But the thing that's crazy is that he said when he was envisioning the fight, he envisioned himself getting knocked down and getting back up. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, granted, no coach will say, hey, let's go in and let's turn the ball over 3 times.
Right.
But, it has to be in the back of your mind, and it's all about how you react. So I think, look, Northwestern's going to punch back. And Nebraska's just got to be able to, withstand it and counter punch and then keep playing. I think the biggest thing is if you are going about your business every day and you're making a simple play, look, you're making more high percentage of making the simple plays, catching the ball, running, all the little things you need to do, then you are able to kind of be more calmer under pressure. So I think they really worked hard on it. I think Whipple's really good for that quarterback room. I think one of the things they played, on here is that he talked about when they did their first or second in red zone. He said, take it like it's the first quarter against Northwestern. Take what they give you. You got a chance. Be more than willing to throw it in there and go from there. So I think it's you take that mentality, and he's like, hey, look, we need to take care of the football. We don't need to lose the game. You're the quarterback. You're handling it the most time, so you have to be more than secure with it and confident with it. So I think I think him and his experience and going in and looking at last year and saying, man, if we could just kind of get out of our own way and just play the position, we'd be more in a advantage position to win some more games and score more points. So I think that's going to help any initial rush or second or third rush from Northwestern, and hopefully that ends up to victory.
And we do got a call here on the Honda of Lincoln hotline. Good morning. This is Old School. How you doing?
Hey, this is Bob. How you guys doing?
Oh, Bob, you're pretty good.
What's up,
How you
Bob?
doing?
Here's what I want to see. Casey or whoever the quarterback is, they don't have to play hero this year, okay? Let's get it in the ball. Let's get it in the playmakers' hands. I'm not saying that Casey can't be a playmaker, but just make the play. Just make the plays downfield. Just get it in the playmakers' hands. We haven't had special teams in forever. Right off the bat, it would be nice to have to go to that defense, force a 3 and out, and we get a punt return to the house. That would be awesome. In the first quarter, that would just turn it. So, and the defense, everybody's talking about the defense, and how they gave up the run last year, and they could be soft in the middle. I want to see the defense, especially that defensive line, to shut that running game down. Shut them down, make them one-dimensional, and then let them have it. And get some sacks, get some turnovers, and get some separation. And give it to them hard, and hit them in the mouth first, and keep hitting them until they finally just had enough. That's what I want to see. I don't care, I don't care. I just want it to be done, and we're the better team. And let's start off. We haven't started off under Frost 1-0 at all, and first 2 games of his tender here were rained out. So let's get that first win and go from there. And then we only have 11 more to go. 1 game at a time, baby. Let's take it to them, everybody. And everybody notices that, hey, this is a Nebraska team that is different this year. Yeah, you can go ahead and play us and say, oh, we're going to make the mistakes. Go ahead. Because this year, we ain't making the mistakes. And you want to play like that? Hey, for second half you're down 35-0. Hey, let it go, baby.
All right, there it is. Bob's got the energy. He's bringing it today.
Usually Bob in the locker room. Man.
He usually gets
and
people
he
fired
had
up.
that devilish laugh there after he scored on you. So yeah, I like it. I mean, everything Bob said that I'm sure the coaches and every Husker fan would love to see it. So hey, you want a team to start off fast. I'm sure that I think Nebraska will do well. I'd be very surprised if they don't.
Yeah, and like you said there, I mean, special teams is going to be very much something you pay very close attention to throughout the year. Certainly in game one, can they get a spark out of that, or in the very least not get in their own way in that area of the field? And then, if they do stop the run, that's you look at last year's Northwestern game, and a lot of people want to go back to that. Well, when they're up 21-0, you force Northwestern to pass,
right.
And that's not going to be their game plan. That's not how Northwestern wins. They have Evan Hull, Cam Porter, guys that they rely on in the backfield. That's how they get themselves to wins, is eating up time of possession and running the ball. We'll see. I mean, I don't think Ryan Helinski tossing the ball over the field is going to be bad news if he throws. I don't think he threw I have to go back and look at the numbers, but he threw quite a bit more in that game than he usually does.
Yeah, you're down 21-0. It's chuck and duck time.
Yeah.
So, and that's right up Nebraska's alley. So, it'll be interesting to see how they start, and then the rest will kind of take care of itself from there.
Yeah. Let's take a quick break here on Old School. I think we'll see. We might get DP back in the room and ready to roll. But he's a busy man. He's a businessman as well. So we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back here on Old School on 93.7 The Ticket.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Mike Shaver here for Trek CBD. Summer is here, and that means you're having garage parties with neighbors, hitting the golf course and the pool. The drink of this summer isn't your typical seltzer. It's drinkable Delta 8. Yep, Trek CBD has drinkable Delta 8 seltzers with mango and lime flavors for 4-packs, 12-packs, coming in a variety of mango, watermelon, lime, and berry. They also have hemp-derived Delta 9 syrups to put in your beverages, and as always, the excellent Delta 8 gummies. Trek CBD at 84th and Andermatt and TrekCBD.com. Trek CBD, CBD done right.
Tune in to the Teammates Mentoring Hour each Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket. Hear stories from the program started by Tom and Nancy Osborne and how it's changed mentors and mentees' lives and how you can be involved. The Teammates Mentoring Hour, Wednesday nights from 6 to 7 o'clock on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Dan Friedman. Between 2010 and 2019, distracted driving caused more than 40,000 car crashes in Nebraska, resulting in over 14,000 severe injuries and deaths. Please keep your eyes on the road. If you have a smartphone, put it away while you're behind the wheel. It will help keep our community safe and secure. This message is brought to you by Friedman Law Offices, helping injured people. It's what we do. It's all we do. Find us at friedmanlaw.com today.
Springtime is here, and it's time to get to work on outdoor projects. Deck City is a great place to start as Lincoln's local source for everything decks. Deck City has everything you need to build the deck of your dreams, from treated lumber to Westbury aluminum railings and TimberTech composite decking. Call them today to schedule an appointment at 402-480-6671. Go online at deckcityne.com or visit their new location just north of 33rd and Cornhusker Highway.
Empire Fence and Netting in Waverly is now hiring for several positions. They're looking for a fence installer for both commercial and residential, for local projects, and ones that require travel. They also have openings for operators, dirt work, welding positions, and applicants with CDLs are very desirable. If you're looking for a locally operated business that provides excellent work for customers and great benefits and care for its employees, email info@empire-fence.com or give them a call at 402-682-7658. Empire Fence and Netting.
Time for a new air conditioner? Bryant offers some of the most efficient available, up to 26 SEER. Call 467-1111 to schedule your free estimate or visit BryantLincoln.com.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back.
Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com. teachers.com.
Teachers like me, parents, we don't always know as much as you guys do about what's going on with other kids.
Half the time, it's rumors.
Yeah, but if you're ever concerned about a friend who's having trouble with alcohol, prescription drugs, anything, you need to tell an adult, someone you know and trust. That can be hard, but speaking up about a problem is what helping a friend is all about.
For more information, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Sponsored by DHHS and aired in cooperation with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
On the Block with Strick and Bach.
He obviously played against MJ when he was with the Bulls. Could you tell when you guarded Wizards, MJ, that is different than Bulls?
I mean, he still was crafty. He still was very cerebral, still had great hands. So his post-up game and his mid, all that stuff was still efficient. You know, his actual pump fake game was even more effective. He just didn't have that same first burst.
Weekdays from 4 to 6 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I grew up hearing that women are bad with money. But like many of you, I spent years paying bills, managing checking accounts, and taking care. Turns out women are pretty good with money after all. And now I'm taking control of my financial future by saving for retirement. It's never too late to start, and there's a great website to help you. Check out WeSaySaveIt.org and jumpstart your retirement savings on your budget and your timeline. That's WeSaySaveIt.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? What up? What up on a Friday? Happy Friday, everybody. I know I missed the first segment. Business. That's all we were doing. 402-464-5685. Starter Heyman text line, Honda Lincoln hotline. Starter Heyman live video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter live. Jay Foreman. Who pays him?
Sandhills Global, located here in Lincoln, Nebraska. They have over 100 opportunities for internships and career opportunities. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Let's do it. Jay Bachhoven, you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Take us through, baby. Tell us what's happening.
Oh, I guess I'm not as ready as I thought I was. Gotta turn the other music down.
It's all right. That's good.
Okay, what's up with that rolling?
Friday version.
Big old cup of coffee to clear my head. Telephone ring and you wanna chat. We'll sit on
Dance in your car. Dance at your desk. Go ahead and shake it. Say, boss, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I gotta move. Come on, horns. Finish strong, Bach.
With that.
Get him, Bach. Get him, Bach. Get him, Bach. Get him. Get him. What's up, Bach?
Oh, not too much. I might get in a little bit of trouble with the wife by bringing this up.
Uh-oh.
I think that she's looking up movies before, like the plot for the movies before we finish the movie.
Oh. No.
Because we watched
Maria, no.
Yeah, she said that so she never watched The Sixth Sense. I'm sure people kind of remember that one with Bruce Willis.
Right.
And like it was like maybe like 20% of the way into the movie, she goes, he's a ghost, isn't he? It's like this tricked everybody in the 90s. There's no way that you see this coming. But then once you know and you rewatch the movie, then you can kind of see it. But I don't know. I feel like she looked it up.
You got to trust, but you got to trust, but not really.
That's funny.
That's deep. Like, wait a minute. Yeah. No.
Just accidentally. Oh, yeah, I know what that is.
Yeah.
No, did you get the color identification?
What's that?
That whenever somebody appeared in red, they were either dead or going to die.
Oh, I didn't
know that either.
Yeah.
In that movie?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah. No, I never picked up on that.
Yeah. See, I'm one of those weird people too that I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Symbolism.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, great.
But she's done that with a few other another one too. Well, we were watching Harper's Island's old school, not too old school, like 2009, one season type of thing, and she just looked it up. Where there's like 16 episodes or something. Like the 8th episode, she just like looked it up. She's like, oh, I know who the killer is. I was like, well, what are we gonna watch this together?
Yeah, Maria, stop that. Like, stop.
But she can't help it. She just wants to know.
Jay, what's the thing you and wifey watch together?
No, we don't because it's just a bit too busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing like Bach. What do you and Maria all like? What's the thing that you watch together? Is there a show that you just like whenever it comes on? You're not allowed to watch it before she does. You try to watch it together.
I don't think we have one right now. I'm trying to think. We try to find different things to watch together. So we've been jumping around, but we don't have one right now that we're necessarily sticking to. And once football season comes on, it's gonna be hard to find anything. I'm just gonna watch football.
That's kind of
rerun upon rerun.
That's kind of how
You
it
know
works.
it's bad. I got up. I was watching the Iowa game and the Wisconsin game. And,
I heard you say that. I was like, oh Jay, don't do that to yourself.
Yeah.
Give yourself a chance to be happy.
Wisconsin game, did that start with the kickoff return and touchdown, or was that later in the game?
That was
That's the
first play of the
start.
game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking.
That's when you knew.
Well, no, Nebraska answered.
Yeah,
it went back and forth.
Listen, I don't. I'm saying 4 years in, and even prior to that, I don't understand losing to Iowa. I don't understand losing to Iowa.
Well, it's Iowa in theory is an easy team to beat because they're not changing. Those are the hardest teams to beat because they do it well. They don't make a lot of mistakes. They play tough defense. They play ball control on offense, and if you're not disciplined, then they become a hard team to beat. There's a reason why they've found a potion of sorts. Same thing with Wisconsin. Wisconsin and Iowa are the same.
But so there actually is a method to the madness, right? There's a way to not make mistakes.
Yeah, I mean both teams rely heavily on the run game, short passing game, defense and special teams. And we talked to Barry Alvarez in Indy, and he's like, hey, we don't have 15 D1 kids in Wisconsin, but we got 15 large human beings that seems like they've been drinking milk right out of the cow that are just huge. And so we're going to lean on the run game. And then they've, became somewhat running back and had an eye for what type of runner fits well in their system. I think Wisconsin's probably been obviously better than that than Iowa. Iowa's been able to run the ball, but they never really had a guy, whereas
not since Ronnie Harmon.
Yeah, I mean that's you could say maybe
Shawnee Green was pretty
maybe
good.
Bank. Yeah, he was good,
Yeah.
but again,
That's
few
a while
and
ago.
far,
Yeah, that's a
far
while ago
between
now.
versus where Wisconsin seems like if you're at Wisconsin, you're starting running back, you're gonna run for 1,500-1,600 yards. So that's the way they do it, and that's why they're hard to beat. That's why they're able to compete. And any team is like that. Any team that I don't even want to call it identity or whatever, but if they just know what they like to do, they try to do it the best they can and stay out of their own way, they're always going to be a hard team to beat. It's no different than like youth basketball, which is 14-year-old AAU. You go out there and play hard, don't turn the ball over, you're going to win 80% of your games.
Yeah.
That's kind of the mentality that they've taken. And it works.
I dream of a Nebraska team that controls its mistakes.
Well, they will. I mean, but see, here's what people need to understand is like, and I said this back when Bo was here with Taylor, and everybody when he had that run, at home. I remember getting all the calls like, "This dude is fat." These offenses generally are high risk, high reward. They are. The spread is generally that, and certain types of spreads are. There's a lot of ball handling. There's a lot of stuff out on the edge. As much as you can dice a defense up, if you get a wind gust or just a bad day as far as like the pitches and stuff, you can, kind of be off a little bit. And a lot of it's, based on hitting it timing wise. And so if you get disciplined teams, they run into it. And that's kind of like what Iowa does.
That's what we're hoping. All right. Jay has secret agent duties this morning. He's going to take off. Me and Bach will hold it down. We're going to drag in Nick as well. Nick, Nicholas is here. We're gonna bring him in the room, and he looks cleanly shaved, right? He's got, he feels he's in his weekend form. We're gonna bring him in next here on Old School.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. It's soul food right here in Lincoln. Ribs, wings, catfish, coleslaw, cornbread, grits. I mean, I'd say it's food like your grandma used to make, but my grandma never made food like that. If you haven't already, you've got to give it a try. Check out their location across from South Point at 27th and Pine Lake, or find their food truck at events all over town, or visit them online at maryellens.com to see the full menu. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Let them fix you a plate.
Join me, Jake Bachman, and the Husker Hall of Famer Eric Strickland this Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. at the Mercado at 84th and Havelock. Spend $25 and get a free 4-pack of grass-fed, grass-finished hot dogs. That's all on Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. at the Mercado at 84th and Havelock.
People always ask, what are Jake and Sip like when they're off the air? Well, the answer probably won't surprise you.
Hey, Jake, your Honda's looking a little dirty.
Says the guy whose license plate is barely visible.
I mean, do you even care about that thing anymore?
It gets a little uncomfortable. Now, that's when I jump in.
Hey, whoa. Mark, did you get a new car?
Nope, just took my car down to Nebraska Auto Detail. Joe and the staff made the outside and the inside look amazing. Maybe you guys need to go.
Okay, wise guy.
Settle down, Jake.
Book your appointment today at nebraskaautodetail.com.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
This is your High School Minute.
With your Southeast Community College High School Minute, I'm Gus Cottle. As fall camp starts for Nebraska high school football teams, Class B Lincoln Northwest is having their first ever practices. Led by head coach Brian Luck, the Falcons will play their first game on August 26th against Ralston. Top 150 high school football prospect Malachi Coleman has released a list of his top 7 schools. Nebraska was listed alongside other Division I schools like Georgia and USC. One of the state's best baseball prospects in the class of 2022 is coming to Nebraska. Lincoln East left-hander Jalen Worthley announced his commitment to the Huskers on Friday. The left-handed pitcher was previously committed to San Jose State, but after coaching changes and a strong Legion performance during the summer, Worthley has decided to flip his commitment to the University of Nebraska. This has been your Southeast Community College High School Minute. Learn more today at southeast.edu with locations in Lincoln, Beatrice, and Milford.
Hey, buying a used vehicle sucks, and the biggest problem is who can you trust? Hey, this is Carl from Price Right Auto out here at West O Street in Lincoln. Here's what customers have told us they want from us. They want transparent pricing with no games. We have all our pricing on our website, plus a Carfax report. We don't want to buy a lemon. We include a 3-month warranty on all of our vehicles. We don't want to play games. Just make it simple. You saw that with non-commissioned salespeople. Can you trust us? Just check out our Google reviews. Again, this is Carl from Price Right Auto in West O. Check us out at pricerightauto.com.
Teachers like me, parents, we don't always know as much as you guys do about what's going on with other kids.
Half the time, it's rumors.
Yeah, but if you're ever concerned about a friend who's having trouble with alcohol, prescription drugs, anything, you need to tell an adult, someone you know and trust. That can be hard, but speaking up about a problem is what helping a friend is all about.
For more information, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Sponsored by DHHS and aired in cooperation with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealership, is searching for mechanics of all skill levels to grow with us. Landmark offers a competitive wage, full benefits package, along with paid time off within just 60 days of employment, as well as a 401k and a boot and clothing allowance. Interested in becoming a part of the Landmark difference? Apply now at landmarkimp.com/careers or contact Deanna 402-310-7561 or email careers@landmarkimp.com. That's landmarkimp.com. Landmark Implement is an equal opportunity employer.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back.
Sure.
Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Coming at you live from the Koppel Chevrolet GMC studios. This is Old School. Brought to you by Sandhills Global. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I'll keep saying it. We need a ticket, unfiltered, uncensored, to really just kind of go late night. You have to pay and sign a waiver that you can't share any.
Non-disclosure
yeah,
sort of thing.
Yeah, full stuff around the board. There's so much. I need your attention, folks, for this one. 402-464-5685. Starter Heyman text line, Honda Lincoln hotline. The Starter Heyman live video stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. The Twitter live is up so you can see everything that's going on, even on Twitter. And I say that because I need your attention. First of all, we're going to bring in Mark Einweiler. I'm going to challenge Mark Einweiler. Who pays the bills for Old School?
Oh, Sandhills Global does.
Nice.
You can check them out for all your internship and career opportunities at sandhills.jobs. If I had been thinking, I'd have pulled up their website and looked at what their most recent jobs were, but I wasn't thinking.
That's okay.
So,
that's okay.
You can do that yourself.
I kind of dig that, especially if you don't have a job and you need a job. You can just go. You can actually go see what they have for you.
If you do have a job,
but you want
another
job.
You want
job,
a better
or
job,
a different job.
Yes.
Sandhills.jobs.
Speaking of different jobs, segues are for kids. Mark Einweiler is in.
Am I getting a different job?
Actually, get your pad and pens out, boys and girls, because new season, new schedule, new lineup, new lineup.
Oh no, who's leaving?
Yeah, that means
starting
Exodus.
Starting Monday, we will have a new lineup, and appropriately so, the person who should call off this lineup will. It'll be Mark Einweiler, who also is going through some additional change of responsibilities.
Yeah. I get to kind of go back to being more involved with the creative parts of the station, which is very exciting for me.
And notice he said not have to.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Look,
this is not forced.
This was not forced upon me.
No.
Which I appreciate. No, it's an opportunity. It's kind of going back to my roots here at the station, where I got to be more involved in production and commercial and just having lots of fun. And
tell Jake Sorensen to stop asking questions. Get in the office.
He's making his oatmeal.
Man, his oatmeal will wait. His oatmeal can wait. We need you. We need you now.
Jake, it's 9:00 and you haven't had oatmeal yet?
Yeah, look, he's behind schedule anyway. Beat down. Jake Sorensen, chief of all sales and god of revenue. Wow. We changed his title.
Is that his title now?
We changed
my business card.
Yeah, I thought it already did.
Put that on LinkedIn.
Right? So Mark is here, and I'm glad that you're here.
I got my hair cut.
Right, I know, right? It was there, but starting Monday, there will be a new lineup. And I wanted you in the room because you're going to have to, you've been extremely forward thinking in reaching out to clients and sponsors and making sure that folks have what they need and that we were able to cover all of our obligations. And my my mission is this. I see the dream lineup, and I want more for you guys as listeners. I want more voices. I want more stories. I want more connections. I want more contacts. I want more energy. And so sometimes for that, I have to get out of the way. Like I have to get out of our greater way. And then I have to be smart in how I utilize my time and energy. I have to be smart in how I utilize yours. So Mark gets to do what he wants to do. And Jake gets more Husker athletics to push and sell. So Mark, if you would please drum roll.
Well, every time we float out that changes are coming, the first response we get is, "You better not touch early break."
Now, let me intercede. Stop saying that because, well, here's the thing. And they know, and if they don't know me by now, they ought to know the one thing you don't do is tell me not to do something or that I can't do something, because I can be a much bigger jerk than you can. Like that's the real. That being said, Mark, would you introduce our 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. morning show starting Monday?
Early break with Sip and Joe.
Okay.
Still around.
Oh, okay.
Not that big of a jerk yet.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I try to be a nice guy. Like leave things alone. I'm not really bothered by that, but don't be mean.
That's the only thing though that doesn't shift in some way or another. Everything after that is different somehow.
A little different.
Starting with something that's brand new right after it. Well, kind of brand new.
Right.
Kind of brand new.
Kinda.
We're taking some folks that have been killing it, crushing it in the evenings and moving them to a daily show. AD and Raph, our guys.
Yep.
AD and Raph, 8 to 10 a.m.
Welcome to the squad, boys.
Well done.
Hey man, you got called up. You got called up to the big leagues.
And how about ticket weeknights? We've seen this before. It's gone and rolled now.
Look, people have started to figure out a really good way for you to get into the game. Right? Go to the minors, get your bats. When there's just you're not playing in front of 90,000, you're playing in front of 8. Get your work in, and then let's move it forward. Right? Let's move it forward. Raph and AD, look, they're connected to the community. They're good dudes. They know the history of sports. I'm looking forward to it, to what they bring to the table, and they do it on a daily, on a weekday basis.
And don't forget on those guys too. AD, they're both high energy. AD is all energy all the time, as his motivational speaker as he is. And everyone knows him, so that'll be great to have that following our show. I look forward to that.
And we will spill over.
Yes,
each show, right? So the idea is that, again, different combinations, different energy, different space. Yeah, Mark.
I should mention Nick Sainer gets to sit in with the two of them and try and harness all that energy. So good luck to you, Nick.
Somebody, a listener, called you that yesterday. He said, "Good old Saint Thick."
Saint Thick.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Here was the problem: is that I saw Thomas and Lincoln came in, and he keeps now texting that I look thicker in person, and that's not the good thing. Normally, the camera adds weight, doesn't shed weight. But I guess it's reversed.
There's a woman who listens to the show, and she said Nick is thickerer.
Oh my! This needs to stop. We got to put a pin in
It's
this.
all for love. It's all for
I know.
love.
I know. It
You're
doesn't
in
bother
charge
me
of
also.
it, Nick.
Yeah, like you see.
I don't
Mark-
mention it. I'm in charge of my weight. I thought you meant I'm in charge of people.
No.
I don't think I'm fat.
No, we've never said that about you.
I'm just big boned.
Yeah, we've never said that about you.
Glass half full mentality.
Kyle Lowry is pretty thick, and he's embraced it.
Yeah,
exactly. James Harden did for a while. So
we're gonna go. So it'll be Raph and AD with Nick running the board from 8 to 10. Then what?
10 to noon. Different but new, or same but new, same but different. There we go. The captain with Rashawn Jackson moving up 1 hour, going 10 to noon, and joining him will be Jake Bakoven.
Hey, that's me.
That's
Hey,
you.
how about that?
You in the cap.
That's
How
right.
about that?
I could be the Paul Heyman to the 3-time national champ.
Right. Just to walk up in. That literally should be the introduction.
That's right.
That should be the introduction. Rashawn Jackson.
That's right.
Yeah, I like that for you.
Undisputed.
I like that for
three-time
you.
champ.
I like that for you.
You know who
Bob.
else would like that? Vershawn.
Vershawn will love it. Vershawn will love
I
it.
would like that. I would like that. Then what? We're at lunchtime now. So
We're at lunchtime. It's noon. That's noon. At noon, the water cooler moving up in the
Hey,
day.
there we go.
Okay,
You get the
okay.
prime lunch spot. Bach and Rico now on the water cooler.
Whoa, there we
noon
go.
to 1. Rolling right into an earlier happy hour from 1 to 2. Nick and Rico. So
Okay.
Rico's going to go back to back with those two shows, but
Okay.
swap out a little Bach for a little Nick.
Is one or is that a little early for a happy hour or early for drinks?
Have you been in
Dairy.
Lincoln? Have you been in Lincoln during football season?
We day drinking?
Have you been in Lincoln during football season? I think
remember-
it's simple.
We had that conversation when it was a 2 o'clock happy hour. Like, isn't that a little early?
Yeah.
No,
No.
wasn't.
Move it up.
Wasn't early enough.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Then what? What do we do?
Okay, so now we're at 2 o'clock. We're moving on the block with Strick and Nathan. Strick and Nathan up 2 to 4.
All right.
And then round out the day.
Oh,
There's a name or two we haven't mentioned yet.
yeah.
Old school with DP and J.
Uh-huh.
Now on your drive home from work, 4 to 6.
As it was before. It's been that before.
That's
Oh,
true.
yeah.
That's
We-
true.
This
You've
is
been
where
there.
it started.
The
So
return.
We know that spot.
We know that spot. It allows us to go in, honor some sponsor deals. Jake, if you would go down the lineup and say where the sponsors are going to land.
Gaina Trucking still stays with early break 6 to 8. 8 to 10 will be Sandhills Global. 10 to noon, of course, Wingstop, as well as noon to 1. So that entire 3 lunch window still Wingstop. 1 to 2 will be Empire Fence and Netting. Shout out to Matt and the boys out in
Like
Waverly.
it. I like it.
2 to 4 with Nate and Strick will be Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul.
I like
And
it.
4 to 6 it will be today. We'll actually have our final remote with On the Block today out
yeah.
at Certified Piedmontese the Mercado.
Mhm.
They will stay with 4 to 6 with you guys, but today they will be with Strick and Bach for the final time before we pass the baton back to you. 4 to 6, the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese.
So there's so much good news and so many good things on the horizon that the changes allow us to do some things that we haven't been able to do recently, things that we want to be able to do going forward. I wish that we could tell you every good thing that's happening, that's coming. We can't yet. But I'm just letting you know that this change in lineup allows us to do some different things. What if I said 30 high school football games is the target? What if we can guarantee 20 high school football games on Thursdays and Fridays?
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Right?
A lot of high school.
Right? Allows us to move some things around and do that. Allows us to do business in a certain place. There are a couple of new sponsors in play that are big hitters. And then we may even put a flag up or two.
We are.
Let that marinate.
Let's go. Let's
Let
put a
that
flag up.
marinate. Listen, it's an opportunity for me to praise, shout praise on, elevate, celebrate Mark Onweiler, Jake Sorensen, Bach, Nick, Rico, Prashawn, Jay, Nathan, Sipple, like the full board, AD and Raph for the work that they did, the volunteer they work. Listen, you want to make me loyal? Come put in the work in advance. You guys have trusted the process. What we've done, nobody saw. Matter of fact, nobody believed. And we're not done yet. So for the listeners, listen, we're trying to give you a whole new group of folks to listen to as we head into football season. You're going to get all sorts of different voices. You're going to get all new sorts of programming and in new ways to engage. You and your business, you now have a ton of high power, high energy shows throughout the course of the day. And then, oh, by the way, ticket weeknights, we'll announce that new schedule next week. So all the stuff that's rolling through, that's going to take you from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. each night, and the things that we're doing. And by then, we should have some additional signatures in play and announce some more good news for 93.7 The Ticket and its fan base, its listeners. Mark, none of this happens without you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate
Like,
that.
none of it, bro.
Yeah.
I appreciate you putting in the work, putting in the hours, sharing yourself with it, man. Thank you.
You know, you haven't even mentioned game days yet, Husker game days.
No, because we're still
holding
I got
that one in the pocket.
I got a lot of stuff lined up for that.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, I would just say a lot of those names that we have already mentioned
Mhm.
now get to also be go out and about and having some fun on game day.
Yes.
So that should be
Let me
a
say
whole new
this-
beast too.
Let me say this too. I mean, as the god of revenue, as you described.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Run with that, Jake.
Hang on,
Run
hang
with
on. Reverent hush.
Yes. If anybody out there who's not participating in advertising right now is a listener, you own a business, you're with the business saying, hey, man, I want to jump in on the fun. You give us a
Now.
call. You give me a call because
now
we're going big.
Now
We're already big.
Get in.
We're going big.
Now we literally just confirmed a big deal
Yeah, we
with a
did.
great group. We did it this morning. They kind of got a sniff of what's coming, so
Yeah,
they
you
wanted
could
to
be the
jump
next
in,
one.
right?
My schedule is very full, but I always got space for new clients.
Well, I mean, again, there are different segments within the show. Even if you can't get it to a title sponsor, you're getting to the segments, getting us out to your business.
Yes,
you can
remotes.
pick the Husker talent that you want. The same thing applies at night for the weeknights to get you out into space and to get these Husker athletes. Like the daytime is for former athletes, nighttime is for current athletes, and it's a chance for you to engage. And it's a way for you to help them in their NIL situations and circumstance. You guys can be donors. You guys can be sponsors. You can be clients. You can be partners. That's the way that we're working. And that's the way going forward. And again, I'll tell you, I felt bad for Jake Sorensen because Jake had been running this thing a certain way for a long time. And then in the change of ownership, I had to say, trust me, which is a thing that you can't say to people. Like, just trust me with my money, right? You can't trust me with our reputation, trust me with what we're doing. But you did. You did. And I can say without going into any specific that you're better off now than you were.
It's been a fun year.
Well, to say that I think in fairness, and I think we should celebrate today. Because if the numbers tell me the truth, we're having records.
Oh yeah, every month.
Right, we're setting records, and so that does not
But
help.
there's room for more.
Right, like there really is. Like that's the thing, is that we want to partner with the community. We want to engage in more high school sports. We want to engage in more community events. If you have an event, we want to engage in promoting your companies. We want to do that, and then we want to give you a space where you can share your love for this community and the people in it. And that's what we're doing. And today's a day of celebration. It's a party day for us. I wanted to share that news with you guys that come Monday, we'll have a new schedule. And then we'll next week sometime we'll announce the weeknight schedule. And then we'll announce the post-game shows and some of our coverage, what we're going to do in some of the other seasons. You guys get to tell us, hey, do you want, volleyball post-game shows? There's a way to get it, but we'll have to know. Do you want weeknight remotes and appearances? Gotta let us know. There's a lot going on. Jake Sorensen, Mark Onweiler will carry us through it. You guys, please feel free to reach out. All this stuff that happens, I just want to say thank you to the listeners for coming along on this journey with us and trusting us with their fandom. I want to thank our community partners who help finance all this stuff. And then, of course, the people in the room. I got to thank my wife because for folks who do not know, there's a mad scientist behind the curtain, and she is doing her thing. And it shows up because it allows us to be better at what we do.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So Jake, Mark, Bach, Nick, for the folks in the room, thank you guys for what you do and what we're about to do. We will do a release. It'll go out. Mark will post it.
Yep,
and
we'll get it
share
posted on all the social
We'll get it
media.
out there. You guys, please introduce people, share it, and introduce people who aren't a part of the ticket team. Do that. Introduce them into this new lineup and let them know, if you're a Husker fan, this is the only place to be. This is Lincoln Sports right here. Forget what you heard. We are Lincoln Sports. That's who we're going to be. We're going to represent you guys the right way. We're proud of what's happening, and we're looking forward to what's next. We'll go to break, come back. More old school. Jake Bachhoven sitting in for Rico. Jay's out the building, but, man, we got a lot of energy. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
This is your High School Minute.
With your Southeast Community College High School Minute, I'm Gus Cottle. As fall camp starts for Nebraska high school football teams, Class B Lincoln Northwest is having their first ever practices. Led by head coach Brian Luck, the Falcons will play their first game on August 26th against Ralston. Top 150 high school football prospect Malachi Coleman has released a list of his top 7 schools. Nebraska was listed alongside other Division I schools like Georgia and USC. One of the state's best baseball prospects in the class of 2022 is coming to Nebraska. Lincoln East left-hander Jalen Worthley announced his commitment to the Huskers on Friday. The left-handed pitcher was previously committed to San Jose State, but after coaching changes and a strong Legion performance during the summer, Worthley has decided to flip his commitment to the University of Nebraska. This has been your Southeast Community College High School Minute. Learn more today at southeast.edu with locations in Lincoln, Beatrice, and Milford.
Hey, buying a used vehicle sucks, and the biggest problem is who can you trust? Hey, this is Carl from Price Right Auto out here at West O Street in Lincoln. Here's what customers have told us they want from us. They want transparent pricing with no games. We have all of our pricing on our website, plus a Carfax report. We don't want to buy a lemon. We include a 3-month warranty on all of our vehicles. We don't want to play games. Just make it simple. You saw that with non-commissioned salespeople. Can you trust us? Just check out our Google reviews. Again, this is Carl from Price Right Auto in West O. Check us out at pricerightauto.com.
Springtime is here, and it's time to get to work on outdoor projects. Deck City is a great place to start as Lincoln's local source for everything decks. Deck City has everything you need to build the deck of your dreams, from treated lumber to Westbury aluminum railings and TimberTech composite decking. Call them today to schedule an appointment at 402-480-6671. Go online at deckcityne.com or visit their new location just north of 33rd and Cornhusker Highway.
Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealership, is searching for mechanics of all skill levels to grow with us. Landmark offers a competitive wage, full benefits package, along with paid time off within just 60 days of employment, as well as a 401k and a boot and clothing allowance. Interested in becoming a part of the Landmark difference? Apply now at landmarkimp.com/careers or contact Deanna 402-310-7561 or email careers@landmarkimp.com. That's landmarkimp.com. Landmark Implement is the equal opportunity employer.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
The weather in Nebraska is unpredictable every day, and that's no fun when you're trying to golf. Double Eagle Golf in West Lincoln is now open to let you play in perfect indoor conditions daily. Double Eagle Golf has 5 simulator bays to hit in, by far the most in Lincoln, and has a fully stocked bar with beers and cocktails for you to enjoy while you play. Double Eagle Golf is open each weekday from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., so you can start the day there, take a client over lunch, or end the night with friends. Check out Double Eagle Golf today inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. It's soul food right here in Lincoln. Ribs, wings, catfish, coleslaw, cornbread, grits. I mean, I'd say it's food like your grandma used to make, but my grandma never made food like that. If you haven't already, you've got to give it a try. Check out their location across from South Point at 27th and Pine Lake, or find their food truck at events all over town, or visit them online at maryellens.com to see the full menu. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Let them fix you a plate.
On the Block with Strick and Bach.
He obviously played against MJ when he was with the Bulls. Could you tell when you guarded Wizards, MJ, that was different than Bulls?
I mean, he still was crafty. He still was very cerebral, still had great hands. So his post-up game and his mid, all that stuff was still efficient. You know, his actual pump fake game was even more effective. He just didn't have that same first burst.
Weekdays from 4 to 6 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We stand on the shoulders of women who came before us.
Women who fought for their own financial futures.
And now it's our turn.
Join us. Visit WeSaySaveIt.org and take control of your financial future by saving for retirement.
A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Again, happy Friday, and when we say happy Friday, we mean happy Friday. It is to tell you how much work has gone on behind the scenes to get to today and to get to Monday's lineup. And again, if you missed it, new schedule, new season, new schedule, new lineup from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. I think it gives us the best opportunity to put on the best shows. I told Bach that he's immediately going to become our Mr. Everything because there's so much stuff in place for Bach to have to fill, and it's a big responsibility. But man, you're the right guy. You've earned the right to it. Like this week was what you needed to do, like just to put yourself in this space and fire it up, bro. It's greatly appreciated, and you got your hands full. Like you got your hands going forward. You really are going to have to manage Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, I know.
Like you really are. Like we know what that is. But I think this is good. This in the advancement of Bach in this space. This is what it is, and this the other part. And don't miss it. For all the legends and legacy in this space, there are the guys who do the grind and make sure this thing looks and sounds the way it should, that it meets professional standard, that the fan base gets its engagement and what it wants, right? Folks who are willing to engage the text line the way it should be, to love it the right way. And again, nobody loves Husker sports more than Bach, right? So to put him in spaces where, I mean, I told him up front, there'll be going to be times because of my responsibilities now that Bach's going to have to fill in for me, and Nick's going to have to fill in for me, and Rico's going to have to fill in for me, and they'll have to fill in. We know they're going to have to fill in for Jay. Like Jay's, secret agent man. So he's got all these different things that he has to do as well. Same for Rashawn. But what I want to do is have a strong enough roster, a deep enough roster. And Bach, we talked about this 18 months ago.
Yeah.
That this station needs a deeper, better roster, more versatile roster. Where we're getting like this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
That you bring in AD, former Husker, Raph, former Husker, guys who are connected in the community. They know everything. They're respected in this community and around the country. Like AD gets big money to fly around this country and talk. And I'm a fan of that. So does Jay. Sean's going to be a guy that, he's going to fly out the door. He'll have to drive there. But, hey, that's the thing.
He doesn't like flying.
Oh, he was so funny when we went to Big Ten Media Days, bro. He was Bach. People they're bad flyers, like people who are just bad flyers.
Yeah.
So Rashawn was sitting next to me, and every air pocket we hit, Rashawn had a conversation out loud with God and Jesus. God, like Lord, please listen.
I know I've done wrong.
Rashawn here, we you would lay, whenever they would start to descend and the wheel, the wheels would come down, and that sound just oh Jesus, please tell me that is a sound that is natural, and he's saying it out loud. Right, so the people who are around you don't know for Sean, but they know that here's this grown man, talking to Jesus out loud, like hey man, listen, I know the first bounce is necessary. The second bounce is probably expected. But that third bounce, Lord, please tell me that you have that third bounce under control. He coming in hot. Look, he coming in hot. We are coming in too fast. DP, is this normal? Is this normal? And I'm in tears. Just like, oh, like big bad for Sean. And he is having it.
Oh, yeah.
He is having it. But he's essentially Rashawn. Like it's authentic and it's special and it's all that in good space. So I'm just saying, as we go through our processes and our growth, bringing in more people, the ticket weeknight stuff is gonna be fire. These student athletes, man, listen. I'll say this: if you did not listen to last night's shows, if you didn't catch Big Red Birdies with the girls from the women's golf team, you have missed out. When we do the Husker profiles and bring to you these student athletes, don't listen to them as broadcasters, listen to them as people. Because, and I'll talk about these young ladies in the next segment, but what a special family. And then if you aren't listening to Priscilla Joseph, you are not getting the intel and the insight. Because Priscilla has no filter whatsoever. And she was on fire last night, just talking about, I asked her about, what was different, what are the similarities between LSU and Nebraska. And I asked about, when did you know that in that championship season that something special was happening? She recalled the story. She told the story. We talked about, the difficulties of being a coach's wife in this space and then how she gets through it, right? What her game day is going to be, what her tailgate's going to be like, game watch, her involvement in how she watches sports and people. And then just remember, Priscilla was a college athlete. She was a college softball player. And then a high-level collegiate softball coach. So she understands the coach's life, not just from the wife perspective, but she knows the coach's life. And so she can read when, when Mickey's had a tough day, when he's had a good day, when things are going well, then we're not going well. She explained, that, listen, I have to watch the game because when Mickey comes home, he's like, what'd you see? What'd you see? Right. And that's such a great insight that is a part of it. She talked about recruiting and trying to keep distant, but yet being available, right? Like not to cross boundary, but to reinforce what Mickey's pitching and selling. And for anybody that's ever been in the recruiting game to know the power of the coach's wife within the recruiting process. Like, mom and dad, student athletes show up, you're facing the coach in your group and maybe another person and then maybe Scott Frost. So they spend a lot more time with the coach's wife than they do with the head coach. And the sell and the pitch and the rebounding, just to make sure that, hey, when your kid gets here, they will have my number to communicate directly with me if things go left. Like to make sure that they never, ever, ever struggle by themselves. You know how cool it is to have a former athlete and a former coach in that position at the University of Nebraska? That's a big darn deal. And they tell these stories tonight. But we're going to throw it to break. What we're going to do two things in the next segment. One, we give away some Beatrice Bakery. We're going to read some of the text about Beatrice Bakery because you guys have been on fire with that. We have a nomination. You will also have the ability to nominate somebody on a Friday. So we'll do that. But I want to do a Husker profile on Lindsay Teal of the Huskers and her family, her exceptional family. We'll do that next here on Old School.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Need service on your home air conditioner? No matter what brand you have, just call Bryant, 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. It's soul food right here in Lincoln. Ribs, wings, catfish, coleslaw, cornbread, grits. I mean, I'd say it's food like your grandma used to make, but my grandma never made food like that. If you haven't already, you've got to give it a try. Check out their location across from South Point at 27th and Pine Lake, or find their food truck at events all over town, or visit them online at maryellens.com to see the full menu. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Let them fix you a plate.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bliker with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bliker with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
Did you know that the U.S. has added over 1,100 new breweries in the last 18 months? Learn more by shopping at Myers Cork and Bottle, 13th and South, and by tuning into Thirsty Thursdays with Kevin Myers, because sports are better with a drink in your hand and a friend at your side.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by Security First Bank, a relationship you can count on.
Another sunny and hot day on the way, topping out at 96 with a south wind at around 15, possibly gusting close to 20. Clear tonight with a low down to 71. Even hotter tomorrow as we will top out in the upper 90s with more of the same on the way for Sunday. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Get a lot of advice about self-care these days, but one of the most important self-care steps we can take is making sure we're financially secure later in life. For small steps you can take to save for retirement, visit WeSaySaveIt.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Nebraska fans, it's almost time for college football season. Brokers Insurance Agency in Lincoln is a proud donor of Nebraska athletics. Brokers Insurance Agency is located at 33rd and A Streets in the heart of Lincoln. At Brokers, they can help you with all your insurance needs. Let them worry about your insurance so you have more time to enjoy the college football season. Call one of their licensed agents today at 402-420-5353 or visit their website at brokersinsuranceNE.com. Go Big Red.
State Farm, this is Bill.
It finally got me, Bill.
What's that, Rick?
The Clark Street crater, the mother of all potholes.
Oh.
Year after rim-wrecking year, it's tormented the people of this town. It got me good.
But you know, State Farm's got you too.
You hear that? You ain't nothing.
You trash talking a pothole?
Yes, I am.
Go with the one that's here to help life go right. State Farm.
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krekak, at 402-474-1173.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Smooth. Get him in. Get him in. Get him in. Josh from Dorchester says this. I would like to nominate my wife, Amber. She truly is my better half. She takes care of the kids. She has spearheaded getting our house ready to sell. She's also taking care of my elderly aunt while going to school to finish her bachelor degree. She is my rock, my anchor, my everything. Hey, Josh, let's celebrate Amber today. What do you think? What do you think?
A good plan.
Sound like a plan? Courtesy of the folks from Beatrice Bakery, adding smiles, especially on a Friday. Sounds like Amber Is everything good? And we would like to help you put a smile on her face. Stop by the station today. We've got lemon. We've got some, you know what? Yeah, this sounds like a vanilla rum kind of day. We'll throw in the chocolate fruitcake and the Ye Olde English, which is very, very good. Stop by the station. Let us send some smiles via the folks from Beatrice Bakery. There's a lot of Tater says the thing, because most of what we do in this space is to keep it simple. But Tater says, DP, what's up, man? The cakes last night were delicious. Delicious. They really are. They really are. If you're celebrating someone, something, today is a really good day to do it, and do it with us so that we can help you, courtesy from the folks at Beatrice Bakery. Thomas came in, stopped by last night. Good to face, right? Came in and got his. That's kind of the space we're talking about, right? He said this on the text line. What up, DP and J? Got to thank you for the care package. I showed her one-on-one and she was smiling, and we both say thank you. Made her day, maybe made her week. So once again, thank you. Nope. Thank you for letting us do that for you. It's greatly appreciated. Really is. And that's kind of what we're here for. Things better together. Real simple biz. So we'll take more nominations, and I'll probably bleed this over into one-on-one as well. There's a lot to talk about. I'm in a really good mood. Bryce asks us, what's your favorite treat from Beatrice Bakery? I got a birthday coming up, and I want something different than the usual cake. So go poke around. Go to beatricebakery.com. And they've got dessert cakes, breakfast cakes. They've got bread. They've got the traditional fruit cake. They've got grandma's fruit cake. They've got Ye Olde English. They've got chocolate fruit cake. They've got, mine changes because the apple streusel is so good. I fluctuate between the days when, like the strawberry daiquiri cake with a scoop of ice cream, vanilla ice cream, chocolate rum. Sometimes I want to get decadent and get a scoop of chocolate and just put it on top. Maybe even heat it so that when you put the ice cream on, it melts a little, it runs a little bit. Apple streusel, peach, the crumb cakes are fantastic. Yeah, they do. Yeah, Austin asked, do they have pounder or crumb cake? Yeah, go on that. Like the streusel is seriously like different world kind of good. I try to match it up in my head with some other product, but no, the apple streusel today, if I'm ordering from Beatrice Bakery, it's apple streusel.
You're an apple streusel type.
Like today, I'm never gonna lean away from the chocolate rum because the alcohol is infused into the cake, and then you get it in the bites, and then you just like, oh, that like. You have in your head what the chocolate's going to taste like, and then you get this hit of rum, and you go, oh, because it burns off the alcohol, but it from a flavor, like it snaps you back into place. So just jump on beatricebakery.com, take a look at what they offer. But today, what we'll offer again, if you're celebrating, lemon drop. Either I'll let you choose between lemon drop and the chocolate grandma, or the vanilla rum and the Ye Olde English. And you can choose. Just tell me, birthday, anniversary, new job, retirement, whatever it is you're celebrating, or whoever it is that you're celebrating, let us know. We'll close out one-on-one when we come back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Join me, Jake Bachman, and the Husker Hall of Famer Eric Strickland this Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. at the Mercado at 84th and Havelock. Spend $25 and get a free 4-pack of grass-fed, grass-finished hot dogs. That's all on Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. at the Mercado at 84th and Havelock.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back in the future. Sutter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SutterHeyman.com.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bliker with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bliker with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
State Farm, this is Bill.
It finally got me, Bill.
What's that, Rick?
The Clark Street crater, the mother of all potholes.
Oh.
Year after rim-wrecking year, it's tormented the people of this town. It got me good.
But you know, State Farm's got you too.
You hear that? You ain't nothing.
You trash talking a pothole?
Yes, I am.
Go with the one that's here to help life go right. State Farm.
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krekak, at 402-474-1173. Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com. People always ask, what are Jake and Sip like when they're off the air? Well, the answer probably won't surprise you.
Hey, Jake, your Honda's looking a little dirty.
Says the guy whose license plate is barely visible.
I mean, do you even care about that thing anymore?
It gets a little uncomfortable. Now, that's when I jump in.
Hey, whoa. Mark, did you get a new car?
Nope, just took my car down to Nebraska Auto Detail. Joe and the staff made the outside and the inside look amazing. Maybe you guys need to go.
Okay, wise guy.
Settle down, Jake.
Book your appointment today at NebraskaAutoDetail.com.
The weather in Nebraska is unpredictable every day, and that's no fun when you're trying to golf. Double Eagle Golf in West Lincoln is now open to let you play in perfect indoor conditions daily. Double Eagle Golf has 5 simulator bays to hit in, by far the most in Lincoln. It has a fully stocked bar with beers and cocktails for you to enjoy while you play. Double Eagle Golf is open each weekday from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., so you can start the day there, take a client over lunch, or end the night with friends. Check out Double Eagle Golf today inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. There's not many things worse than having plumbing issues at your home or business, but it's even worse if the problem isn't fixed correctly. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time, and they specialize in several things: general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppel Chevrolet GMC, and things are cooking in Louisville. Right now, our pre-owned sales are off the charts, and we have loaded up the lots full of inventory. We've got a great supply of Sierras, Silverados, Tahoes, Yukons, and crossovers. Plus, we've got a great supply of back-to-school cars just in time for the big day. Don't forget about all of those new 2022 and 2023 units arriving every day as well. So please take that short, money-saving drive down 144th Street or shop online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did.
On the Block with Strick and Bach.
He obviously played against MJ when he was with the Bulls. Could you tell when you guarded Wizards, MJ, that was different than Bulls?
I mean, he still was crafty. He still was very cerebral, still had great hands. So his post-up game and his mid, all that stuff was still efficient. You know, his actual pump fake game was even more effective. He just didn't have that same first burst.
Weekdays from 4 to 6 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Oh, you're right. If we're gonna celebrate, this has to be played, man. Hammer, this is if you're ever at a bar or a party and you want to get it going, play this, and I'm out. Like it's oh man, I can't even count how many dance contests I won to this.
Oh yeah. If you're at a wedding, this one plays you.
It like even at 60, like hey man, whatever. Like it's just joyful. It's just joyful.
And there's nothing like this being on a jam. Everybody's on the dance floor at the wedding,
Yeah.
and then they follow with something that just gets everybody off.
Yeah.
kill
Like
the
Sweet
mood.
Caroline.
You had us, yeah.
Sweet Caroline. Right after this,
Now we're leaving.
Or you go back to Iran from flock of seagulls.
Yeah.
Like, bruh, we were all the way up,
Yeah.
and then off the hill. Have a follow up. This is necessary. This is necessary. I want to do this. A couple of things I want to do. To close out this hour, and then to open the next hour, I want to do this thing. I hope you folks are paying attention to women's golf. Specifically, last night we had on the Big Red Birdies, we had Lindsay Teal, and she brought in again. She's Bishop Newman, right? She's from Wahoo. Family from Wahoo, Nebraska. And a family full of golfers. Family full. So imagine the pride and the joy that the parents feel to have three daughters. He's got an older daughter who played golf here. As a matter of fact, had to battle battles within the program to be a part. She even played on men's teams and played in men's tournaments to get her game going. And then young Lindsay, who is just stellar in every way. Like when you meet, if somebody asked me what a Husker was, I would point to Lindsay Teal and say, okay, this is what the grander version of what you can do. Then her, Megan Whitaker, and Megan Whitaker has won the women's national amateur, the women's state amateur title, like back-to-back titles in back-to-back tournaments. Just two great young ladies. And last night, Megan was on tour, so she brought in her sister. She brought in her older sister who played here, and her younger sister who is a multi-sport athlete who is going to Wichita State. Multi-sport. Like, I'm going to play golf for free so I can free up my time in spring and play another sport. So to the Teal family, bravo. Bravo. And again, Husker Nation, if you're not getting these profiles from these student athletes at night, you're missing out on what Husker Nation says it's all about. Husker power isn't the strength in which they play. Husker power is the way the nation resonates around and behind them. That's the power of Husker. That's Husker power. When you shout across the stadium, it's not talking about strength in the players. You're talking about the strength provided by the nation of people who represent, who wear those colors, who love those colors, and then it's used to push the student athletes forward at what they're doing for our benefit and our pride. The Teal family. If you don't know them, get to know them. They're worth getting to know. That'll do it for old school. Bach and I have called an audible. Last Friday we did wrestling. Guess what we're going to do today?
What are we going to do?
Wrestling.
All right.
The greatest villains of all time. The greatest villains. Not heels. Villains. And some of the great entrance songs ever. Stay tuned. 101 coming up next.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information.